Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Early this early Friday morning, I'm still up. Um, I'm coming with you with my very first, as you can see, my very first art journal. It's not a mixed media. It's really just an art journal, and it's a little story behind this. This is about my a little bit personal, but as you can tell from what this says. The title says, "Where's my heart going? When will I, and how will I know what love feels like?" This is what I wrote. I'm gonna title down here. As you can see, that's what my title looks like. Um, this is a little bit about my heart, my private life, my romantic life. I have to say, I don't really have a romantic life. I never had one ever. Tell you the truth. Um, in high school, as teenagers, you think you date people, da da da, and all that. As teenagers, I never did. My brothers and my two brothers and my sister dated in high school, and I never did. My parents dated when they were in high school, and I never did. I always thought, well, why am I not dating? And when I now that I look back on it, first off, I really did not want to date. But the reason why is because I was struggling with trying to figure out who I was as a person, who I really loved. I had crushes, and I crushed on a really good friend of mine who I thought I was in love with, who I thought I would probably marry and have a family with, but I knew as I got older that wasn't going to be the case, even though I truly believed that this was going to be the person I wanted to be with, but I realized she did not love me that way. This person thought of it as a crush. And I realized looking back on it that in my late teens, I realized I don't truly love this person as I thought I did. And in my early 20s, I kind of figured it out, but I wasn't okay with it until like my late 20s. And then I started going out on dates. But then I guess something, and it was nice going on dates, but I guess they just didn't see the spark or the chemistry or whatever you need to see between two people that go further than just that one nice date out. And they just saw me as a good friend, and I'm like, well, what's wrong with me? Yeah, I might not be the greatest outgoing person. I might be kind of quiet, might be kind of reserved in some ways, but I am the type of person that does not like to hurt people, and that was one of the reasons why I never really figured myself out sooner or figured out who I was because just went and dated people just to experiment because I did not want to hurt anybody. I didn't want to wake up one day and say, I married the wrong person, oh crap. I didn't figure myself out sooner. Now I have this person that I thought I loved, and now we have a family, and I don't want to hurt any of them. So that's the reason why I never dated. I did not want to hurt people, and I just wanted to figure myself out before I let anybody else in my life. And I'm 31, I'll be 32 in about 4 months. In October, I'll be 32 years old. And I'm still single. I've been on a few dates, but nothing so far. And that was like a year or two ago. And I haven't been on a date since. I'm talking to a few people, nice people, but when you talk to people on some of these dating sites, they kind of only want one thing, and you probably don't know what that one thing is. And I don't mind that. We all have needs, but no, I really want a long-term relationship. I want to get. I hope I can get married someday, but in Michigan, it's not legal for me to marry. You know, legal for me to marry. Not yet, anyway. And I want to have kids, but I can't have them biologically with the person I love because of what whoever I will love in the future, hopefully, we won't be able to have kids biologically because it can't happen that way. But I realize, hey, if you can't have biologically have kids of your own, you can adopt because there's a bunch of kids out there in the world that need good homes, and it should not matter your color of your skin, who you marry, who you love. If you want to have family and raise family, and you want to give a kid a nice, happy, safe, comfortable home and raise them, by all means, you should have that right. And this is kind of what it is. This art journal is kind of what I'm thinking about. Am I gonna find love? Am I gonna have a family? Am I gonna be able to go old with this person? Or am I gonna have my heart not broken by the person, but broken by my ideas of what love is? And this is what this art journal is kind of about. You kind of have to look at it and say, well, what is he talking about here? Yeah, he's talking about probably broken heart, or his heart getting broken, or the idea of his heart getting broken. So I kind of like having people kind of figure it out themselves and have a different interpretation of it. And then when I tell them the story behind an art thing, they'll go, oh, okay, we didn't know that. So that is what this title is about. Where's my heart going, and how will how I know what love feels like is about. Will I know the love of going to bed with a person, waking up next morning, going to work, coming home from work, and just talking about my day, going camping with that person, raising a family, and taking family trips up north, all that good stuff. And this is what that's talking about. And I did this on my, I don't know if I told you in the beginning, but I'll say it again. I did this on my sketch book I had in college. I had two sketchbooks. My first sketchbook was just a bunch of sketches written and doodling and sketching. And I needed a second one for my classes, and I only had two pages of it. There's only a couple pages with my doodling and my ideas, and I have a bunch of point sketches. Well, this one kind of has stuff written on it, but besides that, most of it all is blank pages. And I had this idea, it popped in my head the other day, and I tried to go with it. What I did was I put some printing paper behind this, so this back part and this part wouldn't get a bunch of paint on it. So that's what I did, so it can kind of protect the other pages a little bit. And I took some white acrylic professional paint I had. I only have a little bit of the white professional acrylic paint. And what I did was I paint over it. It was kind of plain, excuse me, kind of a primary white cover over it. And then I kind of let that dry for a few minutes, like an hour, 30 minutes. And then I went over it with some lead acrylic paint that I had. And then what I did was I took my embossing heat gun and just try to dry it up a little bit. And then I put like a little bit of a second coat over it. And then I was gonna use I have a tablet that I got from Hope, if you're watching this, hopefully you give me some, hopefully you'll leave me a comment if you're watching this. I was gonna do there's like a heart, and I was gonna do like a heart here and a heart here, and then do what I did here. But the Sharpie I had to turn out wouldn't show up on this because it was getting dry. So I had to throw it away. So what I did was I found a bigger, fatter, I guess you could say, Sharpie marker, and I just went around and I did this little kind of half broken. It says not all the way broken, but it's half broken. Like half broken of like my ideas of love, half broken of like not being able to take it further than just one date, or see what a relationship was like. And that's what I did. And what I did was, here, kind of a shiny, I was trying to use my, Tim Holt Distress Stains. I had Red Barn and, Mustard Seed Distress Stains, and it didn't show up very well, so I just went over it with some more of the red acrylic paint. And the yellow part here, that is, called Mustard. It's called, I think, called Outdoor Smart Paint or something. That is a paint I got from Sue, who is SShile728 here on YouTube. So Sue, I'm using up some of your paint, so thank you. And I used up some of the same paint here to make kind of like a frame. And I used my stamp here. And this is from Veshka's stamp. Is with the bow stamps. And I stamped it with my archival ink jet black ink pad, because the Rangers archival ink you can color over it or anything and it won't bleed or whatever, so I used that. So that's what I did, and this bird represents kind of like, I'm not a bird, but it kind of represents me in a way, like I'm sitting there like wondering, thinking like, where am I going from here, with my love life, personal life, or however you want to say it, romantic life. Where am I going from here? Am I still going to be heartbroken about ideas of love, or that bird kind of represents me in a sense. And what I did was, here I used the same Rangers archival ink, jet black ink here and a little bit here. And what I did was, I can show you because I still have it out. It's on the ring, but I still have it out. I used this mask here. I don't know if you can see that. I used that for the little circle in black that you can see. I just took it, and then I used my little, I have a little dauber where you can take it on your finger and just dab it in. That's what I did with this. And they're very easy to clean off. I thought the black, I forgot that the archival ink can just wipe off and come off. And then what I did was, I used the heart little stencil here, the heart stencil, and I just went over it with some of the same white archival ink, and you can't really see it and these are things I got from Sue in Iraq, because most of the stuff I have on here I use, like the yellow paint and the little hearts and little tiny circle things. Those are the 3 things I used. She sent me in Iraq, so that's what I did. I just went around and did that, kind of like little hearts. You can't really see it, but I'll give you a close up. Can see little hearts. Then what I did was, I took my black Sharpie and just wrote my title. And then I took a white, I can use a black Sharpie around here, along this part of my little saying here, but it didn't show up very well, so I just used I used my white Cinzo gel pen. I didn't use my newer one that I got in the price pack. I used my older one that I still have. And it came out pretty good. And I went along here, you can't really see it because it didn't show up very well. Went along here and kind of wrote love, and the heart kind of represents the O and love. So I kind of like that, and I just did the LVE and the same white gel pen. So that's what I did. And it's a very simple page. It's kind of dry now, so hopefully I can close it. I'll probably leave it overnight and let it, let it dry more. Here, if you're wondering what this is 6/6/14. That is the date. I always put the date on the corner of my stuff, so if I get older, I can look at it and say, okay, yeah, I did it on this day. I usually put it on the back of the page, but since this is gonna be kind of like half of this is gonna be my art journal, I'm gonna paint on this part too. will have it gonna just be like my art journal. So yeah, so there you go. I hope you guys like this, and I think I will give you guys a close-up view of this. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do still pictures for this, because I hope you guys can see this like this. So there you go. That is kind of my story. And where's my head going really? So hopefully you guys like my first art journal. Let me know what you guys think, and give me some ideas for future art journaling pieces. If you want to, you can. I love hearing you guys' ideas. It gives me some ideas of how to go further in this art journaling adventure. And I will be doing some mixed media in the future. I just come up with some ideas, but I don't know if I'm going to do it on here or do it on a small little canvas. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided, but I'm gonna be doing a mixed media because I want to break in my Mod Podge that Sue gave me in Iraq. I need to break into that. So, alright, guys, I talked to you off long enough. Hope you guys enjoyed this little interpretation of what this art journaling piece is all about. Hopefully, you guys didn't mind hearing a little bit of the personal story behind this. And let me know what you guys think. Okay, see you later. Bye.